Stop chasing. What's going on, y'all? Listen, today we are getting ready to do the Sunday watch list to make sure that this week you are profitable. Okay, I got some heaters for you. All right, I'm gonna let some time go by, a little bit of time go by to get some people in. But as you were coming in, please make sure that you hit the like button. Don't gatekeep the likes. I never gatekeep the levels. All right. As you come in, also let me know where you chiming in from. Say what's up, show some love. All right. I'm gonna let y'all get up in here. How y'all feeling? Awesome. What's up? What's up, Scorpion Queen? How you feeling? Good to see you. All right. So I got three stocks that I want to immediately discuss, and then you know how this goes. Like, I'll give you guys the levels. I'll tell you the entries, what I'm watching for, and all of that stuff. And then once I'm done with that, I'll take whatever stocks you guys have that you want me to analyze, so that we can get y'all set up for this week. All right. They're not doing this over there wherever else y'all be going. I ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen nobody doing this. All right. So I have the three stocks that I have, y'all, are AMD, Shop, and I also have Microsoft. All right. So those are the three that I'm going to be going over. Who we got up in here? QTZ. What up? What up? What up? What up? Hey, you might get a freestyle. I might give y'all a freestyle today. I might. You got to listen. You got to stay to the end to get the freestyle. All right. You got to stay to the end if you want a freestyle. All right. So you got to hold on, and we go see. Beaumont, Texas, in the building. What's going on? What's going on? QTZ, Mark Quinn. What up, man? John McKinney, how you feeling? We got Britt from Tulsa. There we go. Pam, how you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good, Pam. Thanks for asking. George, what's going on? All right, so I'm gonna jump into the Sunday watch list in just a second, y'all. But before I move forward, I was kind of like contemplating whether I wanted to talk about this here. But before I move forward, and I've gotten back to a lot of people, personally. I know there's still some emails and messages I need to respond to. But man, like, I swear to God, from the bottom of my heart, I truly, truly appreciate y'all. Like, this has been wow. This has been one of the toughest things I've ever experienced in my life. You know what I mean? I've been dealing with my dad's illness for some years now, and there's been a ton of roller coasters, right? There were 2 times in which we thought we were losing him, and grieving him, during that process, and then being told that, oh no, he's going to live, and multiple, you know, assistant living facility applications being denied, people accepting him, then saying that his cognition was, not up to par. It's just been a journey over the past 8 years, right? With things only progressively getting worse. And we've experienced a lot. The family has, been rocked by this situation. Imagine, head of your household just completely, just going away, but still being there in a shell of himself, right? So it's been a long journey, and just processing it all, and just I don't have enough time to even talk about all of the things that me and my siblings experienced, and my mom experienced, and all of that. And just on the 21st, he passed away. And though we knew it would be coming at some point, there's no way to ever be able to prepare for a parent to leave this earth, and it's a feeling that I can't even really describe. And selfishly, I wish he was still here. But I know that just from the last couple of visits that I had with him, the last time I saw him, I even had a time where I was taking care of him, cleaning his diapers, giving him showers and stuff like that. He was going through it. You know what I mean? He was going through it. I said I wasn't gonna cry on camera. He was going through it, and now he's in a much better place. He's like free from all that pain. Um, and for that, I feel I'm happy. You know, I'm grateful. Uh, but yeah, it's been rough. But I truly appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? The emails, the messages, y'all taking the time to just show support. It truly means a lot to me. It truly does. All right. All right. I said I wasn't gonna cry on camera. I don't know what's going I don't know what's going on right now. uh but yeah. I appreciate y'all. Like real talk. All right. Um so I wanna get into the watch list, right? It's three stocks that I've been looking at for quite some time. And I wanna like just, go over the levels that I'm seeing, go over like the swing opportunities that I see for the week, and then the ones that I'd be interested in, like just kind of like trading intraday. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. I see y'all in the comments, man. I truly appreciate y'all. Real talk, so much. I'm not gonna lie. Truly appreciate y'all. I read every message. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into the charts, y'all. All right, so look, I got A and B pulled up. This is a play that I really like because it's it's like rejecting off of a key level. So this was something that I put. If you're in TPC, I put this in the Sunday watch list. Let's see, what date was this? October 29th. It hit 266.60, right? It did that again just this past Friday, right? Closed out the week after having a pretty strong week. It closed out with a bearish reversal signal on the daily. So what I'm going to be looking for with AMD is just Tuesday or not yet, no, Monday. I'm sorry, tomorrow being a confirmation day. So I really just want to see this with a close below 256. So if we can get a bearish close below 256, I'd be very interested in taking this and writing it down to 246 will be first target. If it can close and clear that, then then targeting the next level, which would be 236, right? Now, there's a couple things. Like the market sentiment overall is bullish, right? So what I'm seeing is the market does want to go up, even though there are some reversals across the market. What I've been seeing is a lot of um, these dips being like bought up. So in some of the other stocks that I go over, you'll see it pretty clearly. But in this particular one, it has a reversal signal. So I do believe that we get a pullback, but I don't think that this is going to be something that's going to send us too much further down than this target right here. So when we're playing it intraday, you know, just each target take profits off. I wouldn't leave anything more than a runner past this particular target right here on a weekly swing. All right. I do believe that somewhere in this area we may see some sort of a if it does come down, we may see some sort of a bull flag pullback and then a takeoff to go off and make new highs for the next couple of weeks. So again, so the bullish scenario would be for me a closure above the 267, right? That would be a bullish scenario. But what's more likely is the confirmation tomorrow, in which I'll be playing level to level on lower time frames. But again, if we can close below the 256 tomorrow, then I'd be interested in swinging it weekly to those few levels that I just mentioned. Okay, so that's AMD. I really like that one. All right. The next is Shop. So Shop has a beautiful fail to down at the outside of a Bollinger Band, right? Y'all know this setup I've been talking about for quite some time. It's been coming down pretty sharply over the past week, but I think that it reached another level that it was at in November, so it's bouncing off that same level. So again, just like the previous one I gave you, if we can get a confirmation, with a higher high and a higher low, I'd be very interested in calls for this one. I even marked it right here. This is really where I want to see it close, right? If we can get a bullish close right up here, so this is around 140, 140, 150, 142. Then I'd be very interested in in swinging that on the weekly, because as you can see here, there's plenty of space to retrace, and then obviously we would just play it level to level. So each candle would be a target. Again, the move all the way up to the mean, right, the center of the Bollinger Band, could take a little bit of time. It just depends on how quickly the market wants to move. My initial um, my initial thought is that we are going to see some pretty big moves to the upside, because we have all of these earnings taking place with the Mag 7, right? So these the biggest tech companies in the country, Nvidia, Microsoft, they're having earnings this week. So that's going to be really huge in market movement. Netflix didn't really impact the market. There were a couple of other earnings that took place last week that didn't really have a significant impact on the market, but these particular companies that are having earnings this week have a very, very, very strong potential to really push the market if they perform well. All right, but again, we also got to still keep in mind, the the Trumper, the stuff that he gets to talking about at any given time. Tariffs is still an open case, right? It's not like there's still some things that can be added to it. There's still some surprises and curveballs that may come, that's related to that particular subject matter. So I would definitely just be cautious about that, kind of like throwing a wrench in your plans. But for the most part, we should see some, some bearish. I'm sorry, some bullish sentiment in the market this week. All right, so that's SHOP and AMD, and then last but not least, y'all, I got the big dog, Microsoft. All right, we got Microsoft. So Microsoft, this is something that we also talked about on the lock-in sessions, right? This is something that we were waiting for, right? Remember, I called the bullish harami, right? I was like, if we could open up here, it could form a bullish harami on this reversal. That's exactly what it did, and then we got the confirmation, right? We got the confirmation on Friday. So it is already at the mean, which shows a pretty big move, but you got to take into consideration that Microsoft is down pretty significantly, right? Let me measure it out to be exact. Microsoft is down from 554. It's down about 16%, right? So with Microsoft being down 16% and coming out of a move like this, not quite at the bullish order block, but hovering around the bullish order block, reversing, getting the bullish harami, and then getting the confirmation for the reversal in a new direction, and having earnings this week, this could potentially be a breakout week for Microsoft, right? Microsoft is, almost $100 less than its high, and a lot of people think it's undervalued. So this would be something that I definitely will be watching for entries on. I want to see how it opens tomorrow for trading it intraday. But I may be interested in swinging this, maybe out a couple of weeks, and possibly get some of that earnings potential, or maybe even depending on how the price action is tomorrow, it may be something that I'd wait until after earnings to trade, because there may be a huge gap up and an opportunity to close the gap or something like that. So I'm really liking that on Microsoft. So yeah, Microsoft, AMD, Shopify. That's what I got for the week. That's what's going to help us eat this week. I feel like there's big money to be made on those particular opportunities because they have such clean setups. All right, so let me flip back to here, see what y'all talking about. All right. Yeah. Nah, hey, appreciate you, Jamie. Sean, appreciate you, brother. Let's see. He said close below 256, right down. Yep. Exactly. Yep. We're hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I truly do, y'all. I truly do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I got on here. I was just like, I mentioned it to him. I mentioned. I appreciate them reaching out and stuff like that. I did not get on here. I did not get on here thinking it was about to go like that. But yeah, it's we getting through it as a family. And again, like I said, I truly, I don't know how much y'all mean to me. In this moment in time, man, I swear, it's I'm learning so much about my pops from the perspective of just other people and how he impacted them. You know what I mean? Like you hear like little stories about what they remember about him, and it's just like, man, you're like, he did that. Like, I didn't he's and doing these things without even getting credit or asking, or wanting anybody to see or any, just being a good, solid human to people. And I feel like just having that foundation, from both my mother and my father, is what kept me, like out of a lot of bullshit growing up. But like I said, hearing those memories from people that he, whose lives he touched, it really made me feel, really feel good or whatever. So yeah, let's get to the analysis that you all want. So let's drop some of y'all plays in here. Like, what do y'all want to see me analyze? I just did, for those who are just joining, welcome. I just did Shop, I did AMD, and I did Microsoft. So if there's anything else y'all want to see, please be sure to just drop that in the comments. TPC family, nah, for real, man. Definitely a family. It's definitely a family. Hey, I appreciate that, Mark Quinn. Real talk, man. Appreciate it, brother. I appreciate that, Darrell. Real talk. Nah, we support it, man. We got so much love and support, man. So I truly appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, so we got hey Natalie, how you feeling? Liz, how you doing? Um, so we got apply MU and meta. Let's get that. Apply MU and meta. Yeah, I think those are some good ones. I think apply got some really good opportunity this week. Apply MU and meta. MP. What's MP? You said you just be looking at indexes. All right, Intel. Yeah, I do Intel too. That's not a problem at all. Also, everybody, if you're just joining, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. It really helps this get into the algorithm. Truly appreciate it. Like I said, I never gatekeep the levels. Just don't gatekeep the like. So just hit that little doop, hit that little button, and we good money. All right. All right. Intel said, read my mind. MP. All right. So we'll do MP. All right. We about to put some work in now. All right. All right. We got Oracle. All right. Yeah. Y'all coming with them today. All right. So we got Applied, we got MU, we got Meta, we got Intel, we got MP, we got Oracle. Let's get to it. All right, we're gonna start with Applied. We're gonna start with Applied. This bracelet, man. All right. Yeah, Apply looks good, y'all. It's we drew this bull flag last week. So it looks like it's created a bullish engulfing, which y'all already know how that goes, right? We get the bullish engulfing, and we're coming off of a very clean and clear bull flag. This looks like it's ready to go. Also, the way that the bull flag is, excuse me, the way that the bull flag is drawn, if you can see it, it's already broken out of the bull flag, right? It did get a little bit of a rejection up here at the top part of this Bollinger Band, as it normally does, right? It's like when something is positioned, up there, which up at highs, there's always going to be some sort of reaction. So I'm not surprised by that. But like I said, if we get some momentum tomorrow in the market, right? Because like I said, a lot of people are buying up some of the dips that were taking place across the market. If we can get any sort of good news or any catalyst that can support, a solid economy, we can see this pump, you know, pretty crazy. Let me actually see. We never measured this one out, did we? Let's measure this one out. So we're gonna measure this. We're gonna take the distance of the pole. So we'll go here. I mean, technically, it's really down here, but we're gonna go right here, right at the bullish order block. We're gonna do that. Just we're gonna do a conservative pole, um, and we're gonna take that and we're gonna attach it to the breakout point. So with that, and look, do y'all see how this works? Do you see that? What do y'all see? What do y'all see? I just attached that y'all saw me measure it out, and y'all saw me attach it. Look at where the target lands. It takes you right to the bearish order block. Y'all see that? So this stuff is always telling a story. So it takes you right to the bearish order block. All right, so we're talking about a 45, 50, 46 target for applied. Like once we break previous day highs. All right, so I really like this. What I would like to see is it to just, like I said, break previous day highs. So break Friday's highs. If it breaks it with momentum, we can catch the continuation. with this as a target. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you're catching it on an intraday trade, and you don't have the intention of swinging it, you can just get out once you get that 15, 20%, 30%. You don't have to stay in the entire time. If you do want to play this on a swing, I give yourself 2 weeks, right? I wouldn't go weeklies. I go 2 weeks. All right. But again, that's your that the swing has to get the close above here. We're not doing that on intraday. For the swing, you got to get a close that has a higher high and a higher low out of this bull flag. That's going to be a really beautiful setup. Because again, like this is a pretty strong level. Like y'all see what it did the last time it was here. The last time it was here, yeah, we got the double bottom down here. So typically with a double bottom, you get the push up, you get the pull back like we're getting right now. It always has like a bull flag, so it's forming perfectly for it to shoot up to that 46. But when it did hit here last time, it not retraced, but it fell almost 50%, right? So it fell almost 50% the last time it was at this level. So it breaks this level significantly, with volume and momentum. We could definitely see this go to 46. Beautiful opportunity, like I said, for swing and intraday. So yeah, that's a really good call. Really nice play applied. I like that a lot. All right, next we're gonna go to MU. I'm gonna go to MU. So I was looking at this over the weekend, and it definitely has a reversal signal. But here's something that I noticed. Also, by the way, this is I actually got some MU like before we even had the group, right? MU, I got this down at like maybe like 80, $90, right? This is a powerhouse stock. And the crazy part is it's such an integral part of the future of AI. It's very, very likely that this is nowhere near the ceiling, right? I'm not saying go buy it right now because we don't buy it highs, but what's taking place here is the same thing that took place with Nvidia, the same thing that took place with Palantir. But for some reason, people are not talking about this one as much. Like some people talking about it, but it's like it's still low key has like a sleeper kind of personality to me. Like it ain't super mainstream still, even though it's grown more than quadruple, right? So I couldn't possibly, with that being said, I couldn't possibly feel good about trying to counter Micron, right? Even though it has this reversal signal right here, I don't feel good about countering it. I'm gonna show you why, right? Every time it had some sort of like little reversal, it didn't give you, maybe down here, right? Maybe down here in this one little area. But look at up here, every time it had a reversal signal, it ain't never get that confirmation. It just kept going up. Then it got a little consolidation right here. But it's never really pulled back in the past month, really longer than a month. And even before that, like just look at how consistently it stayed above the mean. It only crossed the mean twice out of this long trajectory. We talking about dating back to September. So this is not something that I would play the countering game with. You could do it intraday, right? You could play the countering game intraday and maybe catch, a couple of trades to the downside on like the 15-minute or something like that, maybe even the 5-minute. But this is not something that I would ever want to risk to the downside on a swing. Like I would not trust this overnight, especially with all the earnings that's taking place this week, right? People are going to be feeling really confident about the market as a result of some of these earnings blowing things out the water and us getting some pretty strong momentum. So I'm definitely not looking to swing this, even though it does have a reversal signal. What I would be waiting for is just momentum and it continuing to make higher highs. Catch this on the intraday. I wouldn't be so interested in and I wouldn't concern myself with trying to swing this one, right? When it does get a real pullback, like if it gets to the point where it comes back down to this 328 area, there's like this order block right here, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's a cool, another cool bullish entry, but I wouldn't be trying to play it down here because I don't even know the likelihood of it if it coming down there. It just, like I said, just based off of people's excitement with this particular stock and sector, I don't see this coming down here anytime soon. All right, so that's MU. What we got? We got Meta. That's Liz's favorite. That's your favorite, huh, Liz? Liz gonna put Meta in her request, but it be printing, don't it? All right. Yeah, Meta could possibly be. It's two scenarios, right? It could possibly be losing a little bit of steam and wanting to come and fill this gap before but before deciding like what the next direction is. But what I would really like to see with Meta, because it has so much potential and it has this huge, this huge like gap that it has to clear right here or fill right here. I would like to just see it break above. This was like a one off. Like this is just it had a little test right here and it failed miserably. Um, it doesn't necessarily need to clear that. I just want to see it clear these levels right here. So if it can clear 679, right, then I like that to the upside, and then playing that to the 710, and then from the 710, playing that up to 748 on swings, right? Again, when I give you the levels on a daily, of course, if you're in the TPC, you'll see the levels for intraday, because there are some more local or shorter term target opportunities that you can get in these particular stocks. But overall, like if Meta can get above 680, that puts it above BWAP, that puts it above previous swing highs. It should be on its way to trying to retrace and eventually making its way back up to 780. All right. And maybe even high. So highs is right around 798. So maybe even highs, right? That's where the top of that bearish order block is. So yeah. Anytime Meta is discounted, it is a buy for me. Like I think Meta, it has these really strong waves, but every time it swings back like way more resilient, right? Like way higher than what it dropped from. I don't know if y'all remember, but Meta, I don't know if you remember maybe a few years ago when they were like Mark Zuckerberg had to testify, right? And of course they open, and this is something that I noticed that they do with stocks and crypto. I think it's all a part of how they get money in Congress, right? I hope this doesn't flag my video, but there's some sort of like legal action that's taken, and it's like you got to come to Congress and you got to testify on behalf, and you got to answer these questions while we're drilling you and interrogating you. And in reality, all they doing is getting like sensitive information about your company. They getting you to open your books up in the name of the law, and now these people that work in Congress have access to like, oh, this company is really about to do really well, right? There's people in Congress that bought XRP. I remember XRP was in Congress forever, right? Um, uh, Meta, a lot of them bought that up. Nancy Pelosi, a lot of other like Congress people have Meta in their portfolio. A lot of their entries taking place after the testimony, right? So it's like it's all a game, right? And it's just like it's about us positioning ourselves on the right side of a smart money. Like it's only a couple of directions that a stock can go in a given moment. It's either up, down, or sideways. And when we see great companies like this with pullbacks of 20% or more, it's really just providing us an opportunity, right? Even if you don't get that opportunity right away and that 20% falls to 30% or 40%, it's still eventually going to recover. A company like that, a company that is, that has, users that exceed almost half of the world, right? So, yeah, I like Meta. I want to see it close above that 678 to be interested in possibly swinging it. All right. So that's Meta. That's Meta. What we got next? We got Intel. Man, Intel been putting in work. It broke that 353 level that we were talking about on live last week. Um, Not 353, but 53. Um, and it pulled back significantly. Oh wow, I didn't see this. See, I wasn't there Friday. I wasn't looking in the market. Damn, it gapped down crazy. So was it right at the 50? So it broke the 53 and then it pulled back crazy. Okay, so now it's at the a bearish order block. I mean bullish order block. Yeah. Um I'd be interested in like a little bounce here. If we can get a confirmation on this, I'd be interested in taking this. Because this is the pullback that's going to take it, right? See, it broke this level, made a wave up, wave down, and then wave up, right? So this is going to be the reversal confirmation that's needed to take it to $60. So if we can get a confirmation on this week, tomorrow, will be perfect on that. Then I'd be very interested in swinging into, especially if the market catches some sort of momentum. So yeah, I do like Intel. Smart money is sitting right here, right? They want to see it come down to about 40, about 43.50. So, confirmation tomorrow. Matter of fact, that would confirmation tomorrow would be cool, but the best would be a reversal in confirmation from this order block. So if we just came down a little bit more tomorrow, and then on Tuesday, we got a confirmation with a higher high and a higher low, then I'd be very interested in swinging this to the upside for a few weeks out, probably 2 to 4 weeks for this one. All right, so yeah, Intel looks really good. When it moves, it moves. Wow, that was a lot of sellers at that level, man. Because it broke clean through that 53 level, which was a historical level. But I guess that was probably a target for a lot of people. So what happened was that people were probably just taking profits and leaving runners, right? That just taking off, profits, selling off, and that process probably led to that reversal, and then the eventual dump because it was so many people that had probably been holding on this for quite some time. So um, yeah, Intel looks good to me. Like I said, in this area would be the perfect buy. So let's give it a couple more dollars to fall to the downside before we decide to get in that. But again, I'm here every day during the week at 11:30 Pacific and 2:30 Eastern. So I'll be able to track this in real time about what needs to happen next, and we can make our call there. All right. Look, if y'all just joining this live, man, welcome. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Don't gatekeep the likes. Right. I will never gatekeep the levels. All right. Hit the like. Doop. It takes 1 second. Don't worry about it. All right. That's Intel. Let's do MP. We got MP next, and then we got Oracle. Then I'm gonna jump back to y'all and see what else y'all might want to see. All right. Also, y'all, if y'all are new here, right, and y'all are, this is helpful information. We got a whole family called the Prosperity Collective where we do this every single day, right? Every single weekday we show up in the morning, 6:15 Eastern, 9:15. I'm sorry, 6:15 Pacific, 9:15 Eastern, 15 minutes before the market opens, to just what I'm saying, like greet y'all, and just kind of maybe do like a brief rundown of what we're looking at on the watch list, and then 6:30, 9:30 we get right to it at market open. And we typically stay on for about a hour and a half if we having a lot of fun, maybe 2 hours. And we try to catch a couple plays, right? So if you're looking for a trading home, you're tired of doing this by yourself, you need some assistance, right? You need that community that we all need. Shit that y'all been giving to me, you know what I mean? Like that support, right? Hit the link in the description, right? It's in every description of all the videos that I've ever created on YouTube. And that's a fast way to get over there. You can look at some of the reviews and testimonials and make a decision for yourself. All right. So with that said, let's jump into MP. Let's jump into MP. Materials Corporation. Okay. What y'all got going on over here? Okay. Huh. Yeah, just I mean, just looking at this chart, a breakout, right? A huge upside to recover here. It's currently like in this little diagonal consolidation channel. If it can break above, I'd say $73, a clean close above 73 on the daily, I'd be interested in in seeing if this can gain some momentum and continuation to at least that that next candle, which will be $81. So that's a significant there's close to $10 in that initial push up. So I do like this a lot actually. This is a really good setup. All right, but not right here where it is. Right, it needs to close above that. This also could have a very bearish scenario too, being that it is at the top of the Bollinger Band. Um, Depending on what the price action is tomorrow, it could possibly break down and want to retrace, to the center of the Bollinger Band or the mean. Right, it might want to begin its mean reversion, um, to this center point. So you know, I'm not really interested in counters this week, right? Not for extensive periods of time. Like any counter that I do, like AMD, I'd be okay with a counter, not Microsoft, right? Right. So if we do see some sort of opportunity for counter, like we'll update it in the group. But for now, I'm really just looking at breakouts, right? Breakouts and continuations. So again, a close above 72.50, 73 on this one would be really really good for calls. All right, that's MP, and then we said Oracle, Oracle. Yeah, got a nice fail two down on Oracle, y'all. Nice fail two down. It's been in this downward channel, which looks more like a falling wedge. Um, let's see. Let's see how this actually flows. So I'm gonna draw this falling wedge, and of course we just want to see the breakout. We just want to see the breakout. That's all we're waiting for. That is all we are waiting for, y'all. So yeah, somewhere outside of this this consolidation area right here, y'all. So if we could get a close, outside of this, it really just depends on the breakout point, right? So it has all of this to clean up, but again, this is a level where consolidation could ensue, right? This is an area that we could see, a little bit of consolidation, possibly a retest of this wedge once it breaks out. So a clearer breakout would be up here above 207. I know that's quite a ways away, and yes, there's definitely some opportunity before that, but in terms of the biggest move, a break above that would be where I'd be most interested in swings. But I'm definitely interested in playing this intraday on this failed to down. This failed to down. So Oracle is something that'd be really good to look at intraday tomorrow. See how it opens up. See if it wants to kind of flirt to the downside first. And if not, then tomorrow could be a confirmation day, in which I'd be looking for calls. So what I would be looking for is a 15-minute orb, but not just the breakout of an orb, the failure of a breakdown, right? A failure of a breakdown will give you a better entry to the downside, right? And you can play it to the upside, a few levels. So I would advise looking at this on a lower time frame. Again, if you're in TPC, this may be something that I put on the watch list tomorrow to just kind of see how it's moving in pre-market, and we can draw levels from there. So yeah, that's Oracle. Oracle has a really huge opportunity over the next few months for sure to the upside. All right. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and mess with y'all real quick. So what? How y'all feeling about those? Is there anything else y'all want to say? You said you caught some of that Intel Alchemist. Yeah. No, of course, bro. Of course, George. Is it Asha? Is it Osa? Osa Hump? Am I saying that right? I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I appreciate that. I truly appreciate that, man. Yeah, AD. I'm telling you, Intel is definitely definitely a real nice opportunity. Mikey Mike, what's going on, brother? He said they did the same to Microsoft in the '90s. Oh yeah, it's listen. This man, laws are created to 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 create money for uh, a certain group of people, and you just got to be able to navigate that. There's just some harsh realities surrounding it. Like when you become more familiar with some of the portfolios of some of these people in Congress, it's like ridiculous compared to what they make, annually, right? Ridiculous, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of them scooped up some XRP because XRP was going through their testimony process for a very very long time, to the point where a lot of people thought it was like going to be completely finished. They didn't think it was going to be a Ripple anymore. But they came out victorious, which is why I think they're one of the better cryptocurrencies, because of all the things they've experienced over the years, and still kind of like maintained a really big, like, hodl community, right? So yeah, that's how it goes. He said AVGO went on a run like that last year. Yeah, no, they listen. It's a lot of like breakout situations that are really brewing right now, and we definitely gonna catch one of those. I got some leaps that I'm gonna be posting in Prosperity Collective. I gave y'all the one about Palantir, like the particular level that I'm waiting for. Hopefully we get that soon. Also, in phase that I called in leaps is up, right? It's up from the levels that I told you guys to get in. It's nowhere near where it's going to be, but it is up significantly. I think about $8 from that ad point. All right. He said they have earnings. They have earnings this week. Yeah. Or Meta, right? Yeah, I think Meta, Microsoft. I think is Apple this week too, y'all. I think Apple is this week too. I think I put that on the watch list. Somebody confirm that for me. All right, SNDK. Everybody saying SNDK. What y'all hearing about SNDK? What y'all know that I don't know? He said ASTS. All right, ASTS. No, 100%, Liz. I'm here for y'all, man. I'm here for y'all. Listen, y'all, this gonna be a big year for everybody that's a part of this YouTube community and the Prosperity Collective for sure. We got some really, and it's like I said, I'm not even selling at this point. It's like we really got some dope stuff that we're working on. Like me and Isaiah are always behind the scenes, putting some things together, and it's just like, rolling them out in a timely manner. But like this community that we're building is it's gonna be way beyond this little screen right here, right? Like we gonna do some in person stuff. We're gonna do some really cool experiences to really take y'all trading to the next level. So, and just also just be a fellowship with each other, right? Because this is just one aspect of life. Like this trading stuff is, yes, trading makes you have more freedom, right? It allows you to be able to move around how you need to, but it's that fellowship, that in person connection, that those bonds and those lifelong relationships that are rich, that really make the difference in your life. You know what I'm saying? So we wanna be able to cultivate that for y'all. You never know. Somebody might be like, a lifelong friend that's just waiting to meet you in one of these events. It might be somebody in this group right now that could change your life. I don't know. You might even meet a significant other. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. You never know. You know. Yeah, she said. Yeah, FAs is finally moving up. Moves here. Yep. Apple is okay. Apple is having days. Okay. He said if we swing that SNDK, we will be paid. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into it. We no further ado. We're gonna do the SNDK, ASTS, and I will look at AVGO. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. So we're gonna pull up SNDK. Mm. Yeah. See, SNDK kind of remind me of MU. You know what I mean? Like it spends a lot of time above the the mean. It its pullbacks are not great. But yesterday or Friday, I'm sorry, it did get this bearish confirmation, right? Y'all remember what I told y'all about the hammers, right? Remember that when you see a hammer like this, right, with the wick on the downside, so a regular hammer, typically people automatically assume that that means it's going to continue to go up. But I want y'all to understand that hammers, like, please write this down and get this because this one little thing can really make the difference in you making a decision that could blow your trade, right? So this is a hammer right here. And for some reason, we got a bearish candle right next to it. Some people might have been like, "Man, it looked like it was pushing up because you see the wick on the bottom side, so you automatically assuming like that means it's a lot of buyers that want it to go up." But what you may not be taking into consideration is that it's also exhausting itself, which is why it couldn't go any higher. So when you see a hammer at the end of an up move, it's a reversal signal to the downside. So this would be the same as a reverse hammer. So if this wick was at the top here, it would have the same reaction that this right here caused for Friday, right? So hammer, y'all gotta get this. Hammer, when at the end of an up or down move, no matter what it looks like, means the same thing. It just means reversal, right? A hammer or a reverse hammer at the end of an up move means reversal to the downside. A hammer or a reverse hammer at the end of a down move means a reversal to the upside, right? Y'all gotta lock that one in because I see a lot of people. I've seen it happen too many times where people be like, "Oh yeah, it's still pushing," and then they get one of these candles right here to take them out. So that's what happened here on SanDisk. Um, yeah, I wouldn't be too quick to try to swing this to the downside, even though this is a confirmation, lower low, lower high, bearish confirmation. I'm just looking at the history. You know what I mean? Like this look like it's moving. So what I would probably be looking for is momentum. Maybe even a little push up tomorrow. We could possibly get a bullish harami here, right? We could possibly get like a green candle to open inside of this area and stay within the center of this previous candle, which could cause another explosive move on SNDK to the upside. So that's what I would be looking for, or even if it doesn't want to stop right there and pause for the day to create that bullish harami, I would wait until it blew the top off of the upside, and then catch it on continuation. Let me go and look to the left. Yeah, this has just been growing. This doesn't even have like, yeah, this has just been pumping. So yeah, I'm not too quick to get into anything to the downside yet. I would need to see not just a confirmation tomorrow. I would need to see this take out a few levels before I'm interested in trying to target down here at this bullish order block. All right, like I said, this week I'm more focused on bullish opportunities. All right, but this could go. I mean, it's been going, so I wouldn't be surprised if this shot up some more. This definitely got that MU and Intel kind of vibe going on with the trajectory, to the upside. So that's SNDK. All right, let's do ASTS. ASTS. All right, so we got an inside one candle. This looks like an exhaustion. This one could possibly be coming down. Um, at least to the 105.50 area. So we could possibly see a pull back to this this previous low. Um, and technically it's a bearish harami too, right? Technically that's a bearish harami. So yeah, we could definitely see this come down and try to test 105.50. Um, Again, there's nothing we can do until market opens. But if we can get a close below 110.50 tomorrow, then this definitely has the potential to come down to that 105.50 and even further beyond to possibly retest the mean. Um, this is an explosive setup, like to the downside. So we could definitely see this come and retest this. This is definitely how tends to flow. Look at how many times it's hit off the top Bollinger Band and came back to retrace the mean. So yeah, I do like this. It's definitely exhaustion happening up here. We could see two strong bearish candles this week. So I will be watching that to the downside. That is pretty interesting. Up a bullish scenario would be it just making newer highs. I told you all before, like on a stock that's like um, $200 or more, 150 to $200 or more. When it's making new highs, you can start using like $10 increments for your targets as it's making new highs, right? Also, still use your discernment, still use your wisdom when you're seeing reversals on higher time frames. But if this breaks above and wants to start making newer highs, you can bet that over the course of a couple of weeks, it's probably gonna want to make a $10 move if you're interested in swings. But yeah, I do like this to the downside. We'll see how it shakes out tomorrow, and then of course when I come on live, matter of fact, let me start all of these um, that I need to come back to. We'll come back and see exactly where it is, and we can decide if we want to get into it or not. All right. So that's ASTS, and then we got AVGO. AVGO. Yeah, how was y'all weekend? I don't even think I asked y'all about that. How was y'all weekend? Y'all do anything exciting? Oh yeah, I like this. Fail 2D. Listen, if it's a fail 2D, I've showed if y'all watch my video on fail 2Ds, like I love those so much. Like if you just go and you look at fail 2Ds on any company, right? You will see probabilities of 7 to 8, right? There's some stocks where you even see a 90%, excuse me, a 90% probability, right? 70, 80, 90% on failed 2Ds. I like this. We got the failed 2D right at the end of a Bollinger Band, right? This level has been tested 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth time, right? Very, very strong support. If we can get a confirmation on this tomorrow, definitely swing that to the upside. No questions. No questions. Beautiful setup. Whoever called that one. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna put 2 stars by that because I really like that. I want to see what's going on with that tomorrow. If we get the confirmation on that, that could easily retrace to like a good $20 easy. All right, so definitely keep that in y'all back pocket. All right, all right, I'm back. All right, listen again. If you just joined it, man, I truly appreciate y'all. Hit that like button again. All right, I never want to gatekeep the levels of the plays. Right, I'm trying to make sure that if you're watching this for free, you can go make money. And I don't know where you can get a deal like that. All right, so hit the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. Really helps me get exposed to new people that may be seeking this information. Right, so we doing everybody a favor. All right, it's a mutually beneficial thing going on over here. All right. So yeah, hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. Truly appreciate it. I'm gonna jump back in the chat, see what y'all talking about. Um, he said we always out of here in the AT. Oh yeah, hey man, yo, people, y'all on the east, man. Like I'm still on the west, right? I'm from the east. You know, we got the arrangements and stuff for my dad set up for February 12th. So I decided that I'm gonna stay here and sit out the snowstorm there until we get closer to the ceremony. You know what I'm saying? So you know, luckily I got brothers who've been stepping up and handling a lot of the logistics and stuff like that. You know, with that. So I'm still here. I ain't got to deal with that. But you know, everybody that's on the east, man, how y'all feeling? Is it like would y'all consider this a blizzard, or is it just kind of like a regular snowstorm? Angie, I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for that. Natalie said it's real cold and snowy in Chicago State. Hey, yeah. That either cold and cozy here. Oh, so yeah. Yeah, y'all in some cold places, man. You know, I like a nice snow day sometime. You know what I mean? Like when we was younger, I don't know. Tell me if y'all did this. Did y'all go scoop the snow and then pour like juice or Kool-Aid inside the? Please don't tell me I'm the only one that did that. Don't get all bougie on me now. Ain't nobody else scoop the snow and pour juice in it and make a slushy. Don't act like I'm the only one that did that. I can't be the only one that did that. Me and my brother, we can't be the only people that did that. He said, pop the balloon TPC. No, straight up. He said, John, y'all ain't never do that? Come on, y'all ain't make no snow. Y'all ain't make no snow cones. Like, be real. Y'all ain't step out. I'm not saying the dirty snow where your cars are parked and all that. I'm talking about the snow come up to your door and you got some nice clean snow right there. And you come down the stairs with a little little mug, a little cup, and you just do a little scoop. And then, for us, it was like we had Kool-Aid, we had like drink. You remember the little grape drink? And like it came in like a little gallon. You know what I'm saying? It was just like they had grape drink, they had like red drink, all that. We would just pour it in the joint, and we had snow cones. There we go. See, Kelton, though. Yeah, all right. So we got some real ones in here. We got some real. He said you had to use just damn, yeah. Nah, the shot crazy, man. And it's windy with Kool-Aid. See, LaRue she know what's going on. All right, I'm just making sure I ain't the only one that out here that grew up like that. He said I never forget the way ATL. Hey, look. So Mark Quinn, I went to school in Atlanta, right? I went to Morehouse, and I also I lived in Atlanta for a little bit. After that, was working in Atlanta. I don't know if you was down there during this time, but they had the snowpocalypse. Was anybody in Atlanta during the snowpocalypse or remember that? So I was working at this real estate company, this real estate like valuation company, right? At that time in my life, I was going like the real estate route. So I did some commercial real estate, was doing valuations and stuff on commercial properties, and I remember my manager came into my office and was like, it's going to snow in a little bit, so if you want to go home, like y'all can just go ahead and leave, just go home. And me being I'm from Maryland, you know what I'm saying, PG County, right, East Coast. I'm like, they calling for an inch of snow. I'm not tripping off of. I can drive over an inch of snow. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. So I'm like, I needed to finish my workup. Biggest mistake I made in my life. Because I'm learning it's not about the snow. It's not about how much snow you get. It's about how prepared that city is for the amount of snow that you get. And Atlanta had just literally, I think at the time they had just cut the budget for snow because they hadn't had it in so long. They're like, we're wasting money here. This is leaking money. We can go reallocate this somewhere else. So they cut the budget for preparation for snow. Lo and behold, snowpocalypse happened, and literally, like, I never seen nothing like this in my life. It looked like I Am Legend. It was like in the days apocalypse type of stuff, right? So me leaving my job late, I never made it home that night, right? And not late. I just left later than what they were saying leave, which if I should have left in because I would have been able to get home. I left a little later, right? It wound up taking me like 3 hours to go a half a mile, right? Got to that half a mile, saw that the freeway was backed up, and then I was like, you know what? A couple of people that that work in the same building, we was like, man, let's just go to Papa Do's, get something to eat, whatever. So we went to Papa Do's. Little did we know that Papa Do's was about to become like our shelter for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, for a good part of the night. So they shut down the highway, like 85, or like I never seen somebody shut the highway down with cars still on the highway. Shut it completely down. People was getting rescued on, you know what I'm saying, like on dirt bikes and stuff like that. It was crazy, right? So we had Papa Do's. I'm saying me and a couple of a couple of ladies from that worked in the building or whatever. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? We had a few drinks and all that, trying to like just kind of like decide what the next move was going to be. And they started bringing out like blankets and pillows and stuff like that. We're like, hold up. And that's when they told us that the highway was shut down. I'm like, yo, so y'all want to try to go home? Y'all want to attempt to go home? I'm like, I could leave my car here. We could take, your car. One of my homegirls had like a truck. I was like, we could just all like, drive back and we'll be fine. And we can come back here tomorrow. I didn't think it was going to be as crazy as it was. So we attempted to do that, right? We get in my homegirl Tammy's truck, right? Get in the truck, and we were able to get out the parking lot. It took a little while to get out there, maybe like an hour or something like that. But when we were going down, like, to try to get to this back road, when I tell you, so, and I'm, what I'm saying, I'm responsible for everybody's life right now because I'm driving. We are on our way to the back road because, like I said, we saw. If y'all familiar with like the Marietta area, that's like this big hill that leads to the highway. But if you keep going like past the highway, I think it's like 75. There's another like back road that you can take to like that runs parallel, right? So, we coming down the hill, and like literally we just completely, well, not we, I completely lost control of the car. Like the ice lifted the car up, the truck up, and literally like, I'm just like, yo, I just pray that we don't die. We went down this big ass hill, right? I'm talking about the car doing 360s. It's staying parallel, sliding for a little bit, then turning back the right way, then flipping back, like, like the opposite way. I'm trying to control the wheel. They screaming in the back, you know what I'm saying? It was bad. But by the grace of God, like, we didn't hit nobody, we didn't run into anything. Like, we just literally made it down the hill. Luckily, there was no cars coming the opposite direction, and the car just eventually stopped. So we was like, at that point, they looking at me, they frantic. I'm like, I'm trying to calm them down and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, maybe we should try to look into like a hotel or something like that, right? But of course, every hotel in the city was completely booked. Like, it got booked in like that, like all over the city. You could not get a hotel anywhere. So there was a hotel that was nearby that we were able to go to, and literally it was like us and maybe like 40, 50 other people in the lobby. Like, we spent the night in a hotel lobby with just a bunch of like random strangers. And then the next day, we were able to, to get back on the highway, but it was hundreds of cars just abandoned. Like, just, it literally looked like I Am Legend. It was the craziest thing, yo. But yeah, that's a story I got from snow in Atlanta. That was like the craziest shit. Oh, you went to Morris Brown? Okay, dope. He said I was working during that it got crazy, didn't it? Okay, yeah. Shout out to you, man. AUC. Yep. He said Denver Broncos Patriots game got real. Oh wow. I gotta go back. Who wound up winning? Who won between? Is it? It's in the second half right now, or is it? Is it over? Access pot. Yeah. Hey, Natalie, you already know. You gotta try. Listen, if it's is this snowing where you are right now, Natalie? You said you said you in Chicago, right? Let me know if it's snowing where you are right now, Natalie. Cause what I want you to do is I want you to go outside right now and go scoop you up. Go scoop you up. Just take a little, you know what I mean? Take a little cup out the kitchen and just go get you a little scoop. Go get you a little scoop. And whatever juice you got in the fridge, whatever it is, just pour it in there. Let it sit for a little bit, stir it up a little bit, and just sit back and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy. But nah, man. But yeah, no, that it was definitely a crazy time that snow apocalypse. So yeah, anybody on the west, Denver, wherever y'all are, right? The east, anybody in a cold Midwest, you know what I mean? Anybody in a cold environment right now, like I'm definitely sending y'all some warm West Coast weather, right? We got into the 60s today. I'm not to rub it in, but I'm just saying, you know, I literally just put this on in the house. I was actually wearing a tee earlier, so you know. But nah, this has been fun, man. I'm about to hop up off of here. We covered quite a bit. We looked at Applied, we looked at MU, we did Meta, we did Intel, we did MP, we did Oracle, we did SNDK, we did ASTS, we did AVGO, we did Shopify, we did Microsoft, right? We did AMD. So if y'all just joining, you got to go run this back. You got to go watch this in full. Go get those levels so that you can be successful this week. Again, man, I appreciate y'all. Look, from the bottom of my heart, real talk. All right, each and every one of y'all, man, just showing up here today meant a lot. Coming back from my little hiatus. Everybody that showed love for my dad, man, appreciate y'all so much. Remember, invest smart, live free. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.